sit. Welcome to the Dynasty Nerds Fantasy Football Podcast, where we discuss Dynasty strategy, rankings, and all things NFL. So get ready to geek out on fantasy football with your host, Rich Dotson.
And welcome to the Dynasty Nerds Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Rich Dotson. He's Matt O'Hara.
Hey.
He's Garrett Price.
How's it going?
And just like today, the NFL trade deadline, we're going to be talking some trades.
Perfect time.
Flurry of trades. No Breece Hall getting traded. Maybe sad. Being selfish, winning that third round pick, but I get it.
I thought he was a Chief. I was ready. I was ready to scrap the beginning of this episode to talk about it, and
The Chiefs tried to get him, I guess. They offered a fourth.
not enough.
Said not enough.
Honestly, we're squabbling over thirds and fourths. This is insane.
I find that silly as well.
Difference.
Especially unless they're worried they had no chance to re-sign him. I guess maybe, but
Breece told him he wanted to leave too.
yeah,
Sad.
he wants out.
Of course he does. I mean,
So-
wouldn't you?
I
No
would
offense,
want
Jets
out.
fans.
Rashid Shaheed goes to the Seahawks,
Yep.
which is great for him, going right back into Clint Kubiak's offense, so it should be no hang-up whatsoever for him. Great matchup to offset.
Great for Darnold.
For JSN. Great for Darnold as well.
And Horton's playing well. Their stock is
Does that hurt Horton, you think?
No, I think this is the slot. I think JSN moves into the slot. Horton's on the outside, and then Shaheed's on the other outside, and then Cooper Kupp's in there for run plays.
Well, I mean, what did he injure this time? I can't remember.
It wasn't anything super serious,
No.
but
Hamstring again or something like
Something
that?
like that.
Something that old
not
people
an
do.
IR stint, just like
No.
a 1 to 2 week kind of
Yeah.
thing.
That was it, like offensively, right? Trades?
So Jacoby Meyers, 4th and
Sure.
6th
Yep.
to
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, good for him immediately.
Don't think it's going
For now.
to do much.
Short
but
term.
Yeah, it's good
That
for
one,
them.
that one seemed weird to me. Like, I didn't see the need.
Well,
unless Travis Hunter's out a little bit longer than.
It was on IR. Brian Thomas got a high ankle sprain, so.
Yeah.
And who knows how long the IR is. You know, we always assume 4 weeks, but sometimes guys take 5, 6
He said
weeks.
his is mild, and they expect him back sooner or later. We'll see.
see.
Never
We're
heard,
We'll
talking
see.
about the Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
never heard of a mild high ankle sprain, but, you know. What
We'll
do
see.
I know?
The last one, which as a guy that liked this player, gave me like a little bit of hope that maybe he finds a role again. A.D. Mitchell was part of that deal to the Jets. Obviously, the quarterback situation there is terrible right now, but they're in line to be one of the top teams that could be getting a good young, Dante Moore, Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, somebody like that.
They're set up pretty well.
Does
2 firsts
this
year.
mean they re-sign Alec Pierce in the offseason? I believe he's in the last year of his deal.
I would-
Talking about the Colts.
I would think so.
Colts
On the Colts
perspective.
side of things, I would think so because it's.
I think he's a
Ashton Doolin is they're really only the other player, and
Pierce is playing well.
he's a useful piece for that offense. He really is.
him and AD were unnecessary together.
Agreed.
They're very similar players.
Agreed.
And
And
Pierce has
I would
looked
rather
good.
have Pierce.
I mean, Pierce has turned into like almost a flex play.
Sure.
Out there. So he's
Definitely
only
has
25
those
years
big
old.
plays.
Did Mitchell? He just sealed his fate with the fumble or the fumble at the goal line.
Yeah, because he was getting more and more playing time, and then right from there, just a steep drop off in playing
And
time.
honestly, something like that isn't completely unexpected from a player like that.
That was our
That
biggest
was-
concern. We always
totally.
said talent is there.
Yeah.
It's the rest of the stuff we're worried about.
Yep.
So
Rest of the story.
rest of the
And
stuff.
the only other news is Kyler Murray was benched for Jacoby Brissett. Now they said he's hurt and he needs time to heal anyways. But
I believe
Coach-
that the Adam Schefter was a 4 to 8 week timetable initially, so they're just giving a proper amount of time.
Well,
just, hey guys, we're just
Gannon
giving
said today that he would have made
a
a move no matter what.
Okay.
Because he likes the way the offense is looking. He said they went out of their way to say we were making this move no matter what because of the way the offense.
The funny thing
I
is,
personally think that Marvin Harrison went and stepped on his foot.
yeah,
and ground
he's
it
like,
down.
oh, this is what good throws look like. I think because you even saw Schefter, he tweeted out last week, we're going to get 3 quarterbacks back this week: Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, and Kyler Murray. And then all of a sudden, he wasn't ready to go. And
Yeah.
then,
feelings are hurt.
yeah, he's gone. But a lot of teams acquired new picks this week, so we'll see where he ends up.
That is a weird contract. We've been talking about this for a long time, and it's always like a year ahead. It's getting a large chunk of guarantees. I'll have to refresh myself on that one.
Yeah.
But I think like he still has a large amount of
Dead
guarantees that kicked in at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So knowing the NFL, know he's going to get a second chance. Knowing that most of these quarterbacks have found success on their second chances. Right now with this news, what's the most you're willing to pay for in Superflex if you're it can be both ways, if you're a contender or if you're rebuilding? Like, would you
I
go
think
for-
either way, unless I desperately needed this pick to add a player to my contending team, I think whether I'm a contender or a rebuild, I would still be willing to give a late first in Superflex.
so late first.
Late first.
Because your first, what I'm saying is, if you're like rebuilding, your first is
Yeah, not
high.
my first.
So like
another first I
If you
acquired.
had a late first, if not, maybe like your second, maybe 2 seconds. If
Yeah,
you could
my
go.
second and my third and my fourth and my fifth.
Is this Kyler we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Not saying you don't want him. What would you pay for him the most? If you don't want him, you're going to say a third.
I mean, I honestly, I have not been a big Kyler guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
true.
past. So seeing him kind of now starting to feel the way I thought he was, like
Weight
in
of
real
his
life.
not the way the world is shoulders, just weight of a Snickers bar on his shoulders.
It's interesting too because look at before he went to the guy that wanted him.
Sure.
And Kingsbury, like Kingsbury wanted him.
Right.
Hopefully he goes to a place that wants him because it just kind of felt like a forced marriage between him and Gannon.
Agreed. That this has not been the best marriage, but at the same time, it's not going to change the fact that he's 5'10".
Absolutely.
It's not going to, you know what I mean? Like he can't see his 6'4" wide receiver downfield. That's open.
That's a
And as
problem.
soon as Jacoby Brissett comes in, he can.
As an
see that
MHA guy, I'm very happy about
Yeah,
this.
no kidding. So I mean, I just don't know where the.
Would you give a late first if you're a contender? Gamble on it?
But what's the point? Like for future years, I don't think I would.
Yeah, for the future. So like say right now you have
If somebody's scrambling, they're like,
two quarterbacks.
I'll
That's
take
it.
2 seconds. Like it's like a freebie. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I'm not doing the late first for
You wouldn't do it if you're a
I
contender and you need a quarterback. Like, now you don't need a quarterback. You have a
Well, I mean,
third
if you need a quarterback, don't do that.
Or
'cause
say you have it.
Yeah,
Say,
he's not playing.
say you have
Probably
like,
not playing, but-
say you have Jaden Daniels right now and you're a contender, and he goes down. He's out for a significant future. And say, hey, I'll give you. They approach you right now. They're trying to get out. They're like, oh, dude, this sucks. Hey, I'll give you Kyler for a late first.
I'd say no. I'll go find somebody else.
That's true because he's not playing anyway.
Right.
So
I was
what's
going
the
to
point?
say,
Like,
it would be more as
I'm like, if you don't have Jaden Daniels,
it's more I'm a contender and my QB2 is Matthew Stafford. That would be more of the scenario. that
Okay,
I'd be
yeah.
interested
Yeah, listen to what Garrett said. He's more reasonable. I'm like, if you need help,
in. If you need help,
Right
he
now.
won't play.
He
you need
just
help
won't play for you.
You need help this week. What are you paying for Jacoby Brissett? Anyways, so speaking of buying this show, we are doing some buy highs, Garrett.
Yeah, so this is a little different. This isn't just your traditional buy. You know, it's typically when we're buying, we are buying at normal, what we think is reasonable cost, or we're trying to buy low. But there are some situations, typically when you're a contender, where you're not afforded the luxury of buying low. I need to buy a guy that it's going to produce for me now, to help me win a ship now. And so what I want to know is, A, would you be willing to buy these players high, where their price tag is towards the top or maybe even at the top of where it's going to be? You think either A, somehow they're even going to get better and it's going to be even more expensive later. So even though you're buying high, it will still get higher. Or the production they're giving you is worth it, that I would still pay the slightly inflated price tag.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, like overpay. You're overpaying. You're not overpaying. You're paying premium pricing for a player.
For a championship is what you're hoping for.
Right. Yes, exactly. So
and maybe you're in the middle. Like maybe you're not even a contender. Maybe you're like in the middle.
To
and
get yourself
this
into.
is because these are championship caliber players we're talking about. I guess is more than not. So
correct.
All right, get your hammer out, lay it on me.
All right, let's start with the first one here. One of the top running backs in the NFL. He's having a crazy good season. Obviously, this past week was a little bit of a dud, but up until that point, he had 3 straight games of, I think, like close to 30 points per game in PPR leagues, and that was Jonathan Taylor. So would you be willing, as a contender that maybe needs a little help at the running back position, would you be willing to buy high on Jonathan Taylor? And I do have some trades up if you guys want to hear those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's hear. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because it's like, it all depends on the cost. Like it's always like, dude, what's the cost? And I'm going to say this: it's always hard for me to pay premium pricing for the running back.
For running
Like,
backs.
it's always going to be hard for me. I'm always going to lean
26-year-old Jonathan Taylor.
coming off crazy usage. And, you know, I talked to Gary about this before. Like, you get worried about that stat. Like, I was like, oh, it's just, I'm not worried about that stat. People talking about Saquon last year.
Oh,
and
the
how
one,
much usage he got.
the people right to your left that was talking about
Yeah,
Saquon.
about Saquon, yeah, and how they like it worries you. And I'm like, oh, I'm not worried about it. And sure enough, it's real again. Like every year, whoever gets this crazy usage, like JT's getting, like the following year, they always don't look as good. But anyways, let's see.
All right, so
Depends
here-
on the cost. Let's see.
Here's two trades that I would say are on the lesser expensive end. of the ones that I'm singing here. So there's 2 different trades that are a 26 first and 2 26 seconds.
Oh, that's
easy, right?
That's stupid.
That's a layup.
Okay.
That is a layup. That one is
Okay.
easy.
All right. So if you're in that scenario, easy. I'm figuring this is going to be in a similar ballpark. Rashee Rice and Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt for Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. To me, that is pretty close.
Okay.
That's telling me, like, for a fair trade wise, like, you hope you find yourself in a position to, like, you have extra running backs, you have extra receivers, you can make this move, you need help. It's like a good lateral move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll throw Ja'Cory on top. I think.
I mean, it almost is a lateral move. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Ja'Cory Cross. I mean, not Ja'Cory. Rashee Rice is. I think he has about 22 points per game or something like that.
I think he's on a points per game basis either number 1 or number 2 right now.
He's number 2 at 22.4.
Yeah.
And Jonathan Taylor's 24. So you're
24.9.
Yeah, 24.9. So you're getting 2 points. I mean, that's pretty lateral.
It's pretty lateral. Yep.
So that, again,
And you're getting Krosky-Merritt, which to me is not much. That does not mean much, but it is a body.
He hasn't done anything.
It sprinkles on top of your ice cream. It doesn't change the flavor too much, but gives you a little bit of texture. You know, like, okay, I got a grip. This give me a little grip. Now, again, this is tongue grip. You know what I'm talking about. You need that sometimes.
Tongue grip.
Yeah. You ever have a cat lick you?
I have.
Yeah.
Wow, that actually makes a lot of sense, unfortunately.
I don't know how you pulled that together, but
It worked.
Yes, I
Tongue
have.
So again, this a deal like that, like trading Jonathan Taylor, you have excess receivers. You could mention a guy like a Garrett Wilson, guys in that kind of range, a Rashee Rice range, like that is for sure an easy trade to make, right? Like if you need help, like you need a running back, who doesn't need a running back like Jonathan Taylor? For sure, that's easy, right? Because I'm sure you can afford that move, or secondhand, hey, my team's not really going anywhere. I want to pivot to a 5-year receiver compared to a running back. I want to get out from under the running back. I totally respect that move too. If like say your team is falling apart, like you had JT, everybody else is hurt. You know, now Jane Daniels goes down. You had Tucker Kraft, he's gone. They're like, shit, dude, I got this really good. Of course, when JT's having his best year ever, the rest of my team gets hurt. What can I do? All right, nobody's willing to offer me the draft pick compensation I want. The best move would be to go get a receiver, right? And then kind of bank on that. Draft pick compensation, I mean, you're talking 2 firsts plus. Like,
I think so. Here's some of the more expensive ones.
yeah, let me hear these.
All right, so I gave you kind of like the easiest ones,
Yeah,
which were a little more few and far between. Now we're getting kind of to the higher end stuff that people are asking.
Desperation's a
Jonathan Taylor. Now, this was a day before the game, but Jonathan Taylor for Marvin Harrison Jr. and a first.
Ooh.
Oh, I could see somebody asking for that too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the reflex time?
I mean, especially, Marvin Harrison played well last week, but obviously not as well as he played this week, right? So,
really good first half.
Right.
So
I could see why that would be like the move. Like, oh, I saw a little something out of Marvin finally. Let me go out and grab him before he blows up. So
I would there lead Marvin Harrison first. Like
I would too, but it is tough where if I'm desperate at running back and I need points to win a ship, I don't know that I could pull it off. I'd probably ask for a second back to
that sounds more fair
to recoup the draft capital
back
a little bit.
I agree. I don't think I'd be able to do that. The draw of a young wide receiver like Marvin Harrison is just too.
Especially now that it seems like
it's like a
things
black
are shifting.
It's like a black hole for me. You know what I mean? Like those guys are just
suck you in. All right.
Suck me in.
Here's the most expensive one. If you guys did not like that one, I have a feeling you are not going to accept this deal. But once again, pretend you're a team with a lot of receivers.
Okay.
And
lots of receivers. Here we go. Need a running
Drake
back.
London,
Oh,
no.
good golly.
a first and a second.
Whoa. That's too much.
That's to me that even for a guy that's high on Jonathan Taylor,
that's too
willing to pay a lot, I think that's too expensive. Here's the last one.
What
This
if it
one
was?
is.
What if it was just the second? Drake London, just a second.
I would have a hard time doing Drake London. Period. Honestly,
I was just trying to chisel that thing away, see if I could get you guys with anything.
I would have a hard time doing Drake London too, but like if I could afford the Drake London loss, that's what's going to.
If I got Rashee Rice back and JSN's booming for me, and I already had CeeDee Lamb, like I could see that scenario. Where I'm like, long term, this isn't great for me, but right now, Kenneth Walker could not be my RB2. So
Where did we have?
So you hit on a Mecca.
We were talking about Drake London just the other day, weren't we? When we were talking rankings.
Yeah, and we're like, he's a hard one to rank.
Yeah, what do we
Then he puts
do?
up
What do
3
we do?
tutties.
Just boom, 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 boom. Like,
I didn't move him down mine, so
I didn't either, but I was like, I have him at 8. He's
Yeah.
the first one in the new tier,
Right.
but he is a tough one to
I was
rank.
telling Garrett on the Monday show, I was like, remember how, like, I don't think it was you either, but I was like, we were talking, like, and I was like, how I had Brock Bowers still, like, we were talking, well, against you're closer to Brock Bowers. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like,
No.
he's still used.
We had a guy.
Not only that, I still have him in my top 10 of startup rankings where I have Trey McBride at like 22. I was like, Brock Bowers is a unicorn, goes out. 3
touchdowns. It was because I brought up that guy that was like, Brock Bowers shouldn't be the tight end 1 anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what it was. So I was
Yeah.
like, what? You Looney Tunes? You live in this dynasty. Like, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah, when I posted my Oronde Gadsden thing, he didn't care about the Gadsden. It was Brock Bowers we're going after.
Yeah, dude. Unicorn.
Last
True
one.
unicorn.
This one is, I think, an interesting one, especially for people that are a fan of this player. 26 first, Travion Henderson and Caleb Johnson for Taylor in a second. Last trade.
Caleb and a second.
It felt the most fair out of all the trades.
You said this is a 1 QB league?
This one is a 1 QB league. Yep.
1 QB league, and you're giving Trevion, Caleb, in a first.
Yep.
And you're
Caleb Johnson.
Right.
Not Caleb Williams.
Yeah, if I'm a contender and I took Trevion because I wanted to do it, like, I'm just going to go ahead and eat it. And as much as I love Trevion, I think
Caleb
he's
Johnson.
Caleb Johnson.
Okay, that makes a difference.
Yeah, he doesn't. I'm willing to eat that too. So you're essentially giving up probably in a 1 QB league 3 firsts for Jonathan Taylor, which is pretty close to that.
But you get a second back, which is
you
nice.
get a second back on a team that you probably expect to be a higher second too. I would do that. I don't love if I don't like say like I was like, oh dude,
You don't love giving up Travion Henderson.
No,
yeah,
it's
like
the other stuff that like who cares? Like Travion Henderson, because he could be so good and he's just starting to get usage and all
And I can
that
see how that pan out though. Like you have that situation where like, hey, like you made a trade where you end up with like pick 1-3 and then your own first at like 1-9, 1-10, and you took Trevion and Caleb and you're like, that's it. I fixed my running back need. It all fell apart and you're like, oh wow, like
That did not fix my running back need.
yeah.
Right.
And you gave your first next year, which is late first. Like, yeah, it's a big gamble, but the win, like you're getting at least 2 to 3 years out of Jonathan Taylor. I'd be okay with doing that. I don't like doing it, but the win, like if I felt like that was a piece that makes me a contender, I would do that.
And I think what's important is you're giving up more short-term assets as well. Like they're 2 running backs and an unknown basically.
Yeah.
Instead of these other guys we were just talking about, these young wide receivers, which are, they could be 5, 6, 7 year assets right there, while the running backs are probably closer to 3 at best. So
Yeah.
I'm fine with that also.
I think it's a really good value base for Jonathan Taylor. Like that, like man,
That's the one that felt the most fair
like
to me.
3 firsts. You're essentially giving up 3 firsts. Like, yeah, 1 you don't have any confidence whatsoever. 1 you kind of still like he looks good in his opportunity there, but you're still high on, but like he hasn't shown it in a late first. In a weaker class, that only has 2 good running backs in next year. For sure, I can do that deal.
All right, let's move on to our next guy. Are you willing to buy high? In general, we can start there and then we can get to specific trades. Emeka Egbuka. He's another one that could potentially work for either. You could be a rebuilder and buy high, or you could be a contender and buy high on Emeka, whereas Jonathan Taylor was strictly a contender. But are you guys interested in buying high, or do you just want to just go straight to the trades?
I would definitely buy high. I think the equivalent of a contender price tag, you're probably asking for 3 firsts from a contender. And I think that's fair value for an Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, this feels like a. I don't want to call it underpaid today is going to be, but whatever you pay, I think is going to be worth it, because it's not the same as an underpaid today is going to feel like
an overpay today is an
overpaid. Yeah, right. It's not going to be the same as that, because it's not like we're buying super low on Emeka Egbuka. Everyone kind of knows what he is. I know he's had 3 down weeks in a row, which might help you out a little bit, but it's basically ever since the injury, he just hasn't been quite the same.
Right. Let's again start with some of the cheaper ones.
Yeah.
Which I think you guys will be totally good with, especially since in general you're buying. Emeka Egbuka for a first, second, and third in 26. Easy.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that first is going to be like, again,
That's
that's
be a top 5.
And that's what I'm thinking, like, from a contender, like 3 firsts. But if somebody's like, hey, dude, I have, like, they're for sure a top 3 pick next year. And you're like, okay, it's Jeremiah Love and a couple of those 2 really good receivers. Like, hey, I'll give you my first, my second, and my second next year. Like, if you're looking for, like, that value, the 2 extra seconds, you need a little bit more depth. Like, I think that's probably fair for Emeka too, like a top 3 pick this year, plus a top 3 second and a second next year on a really bad team in 27.
Closer.
I think it's closer. Doesn't mean I'll do it, but I think that's more fair.
A first and 2 seconds, you think, is as long as it's top
Top
three.
three.
If it's top
three. Because that gives you a shot at, like, again, the Jeremiah Love, trade back from. Two of those really good receivers and going to first, plus 2 seconds.
Always a tricky proposition at this point in the game to say, hey, this is going to be a top 3.
It is. You have a decent idea at this point. But
some
now you
leagues
would have a
are
good
panned
idea.
out enough that you can know that. But
even
some
then, dude, like, I feel like I would need. God, I feel like I would need like an upside player too, like just like some receiver like thrown in there,
an
like
AD Mitchell just in case.
maybe
Even
like,
more upside.
Troy Franklin,
like
somebody.
Jaden Higgins. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
say that person took Jaden Higgins at 2-1 last year.
A second round value, but a young wide receiver in that range. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Or like a young, even if it was like a Caleb Johnson throw-in, like someone on those lines of that value, like a really like promising, like at least upside player I'd want on top of the 2 seconds if I had top 3. Sorry.
All right, so moving up the ladder a little bit, still I think not
Reasonable,
too bad expensive wise.
If you fall, you're okay.
It's
Step ladder.
I mean, at most maybe like
we just
stub your
become best
toe. Want to do karate in the garage? Emeka Egbuka for a first in 26 and in 27 with Tyler Algier.
Tyler Algier does not move the needle, so just 2 firsts basically and a backup running back who gets annoying usage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like him in best ball when I never have to start him.
I would still lean a Emeka here.
I would do it personally. I would take that.
You would take the 2 firsts in Algier?
No, I would do the Emeka side.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'll take Emeka too.
Okay.
But if the player was different outside of Algier, again, that's just not knowing the picks either. So I'm assuming these are like later picks. Like I would still need that upside.
All right. I'm curious if being a contender or not would change this deal for you. Emeka Egbuka and RJ Harvey for Puka Nacua.
Oh, I want RJ Harvey to Emeka.
I had a feeling you would say that.
I like RJ Harvey.
You like RJ Harvey a lot. This
one's difficult.
I think this is a contender versus a rebuild one.
It really is.
It is difficult though because Puka's only 24.
He's only 24 and he's putting up 20 points every game.
Yeah.
I
always seems to get injured though.
He does get dinged up.
I was just about to change my mind. You said he always gets injured.
You're like, wait, I'm back.
Emeka was injured. He came right back the next week, and I was like, he had a hamstring strain. That's how powerful he is.
Look at that.
He's uninjurable.
Oh, damn you! You just jinxed him, man.
I'm sorry, baby.
Done for the season.
I'm going to take the Puka side. It's just too much upside on that one, and he's only 24.
Even me,
Emeka, how old is he? He's 23, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I lean Puka, but
yeah, I switch. I change. Even me, as much as I love RJ Harvey, I can live without him. Give me Puka.
Especially if you're a contender. I could see the rebuild me being convinced of the other side.
Can we get a Puka
shares anywhere?
I have.
Can we get a Puka Egbuka?
Whoa.
Can you imagine that player? Wow.
Whoa.
An unbreakable Puka.
Puka Egbuka.
Puka Egbuka.
Puka Egbuka.
Wow, what a great name. God, great names are great.
All right. Here's the 2 difficult ones.
Puka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka, Ashton Genty, and a 27 first.
Wait,
Emeka
whoa.
Egbuka,
Yeah, no.
Ashton Genty,
I was still thinking about Puka Egbuka.
Emeka Egbuka for
I will never
Ashton
stop.
Genty and a 27 first. To me, that's just
Wait, say it again. Because now I thought this is all
All
over
right.
again. Okay.
clear your
Reset.
minds.
Clear it all out.
It's only 3 players.
Puka
or
Egbuka.
pieces.
Okay.
Emeka Egbuka by himself
on one side.
for Ashton Genty and a 27 first.
Oh yeah, easily Ashton Genty in the first.
That's
Correct. That's
Okay.
the correct answer.
Last one.
I would trade him for Ashton Genty
I'm
probably.
gonna say it's. I still have Genty slightly higher in my
Yeah.
rankings.
Just for like shallower position of youth
Right.
of talent.
There's
like
just
I would
so
still
few
take
of them.
Genty.
Correct.
If you throw in 27 first, I'd hit fast so quickly.
All right, last one. This one was probably the toughest one for me to decide of all of them. Emeka Egbuka for Caleb Williams in a first.
So
It's a super
Super
flex.
flex. Caleb has been coming on.
Yeah.
He had a kind of a little bit of a skid, but this, I mean, obviously this game against Cincinnati, tons of points.
Yeah, hold on. Cincinnati though. Let's rethink that. It was.
I did want to throw that part out.
Yes, thank you.
That's what I told him about Kyle Monangai. Like I was like, dude, Kyle Monangai looked really good. It's versus Cincinnati.
Versus Cincinnati.
He did what he had to
Colson
do.
Loveland tore it up.
Yeah, say versus Cincinnati.
Versus Cincinnati.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, doesn't make me not like it's not a bad thing you're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be real concerned if you'd only put up 45 yards.
Exactly.
Almost 200 all-purpose yards. That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty good.
As much as did you get a Caleb Williams in what?
26 first.
Oh yeah.
Let's assume it's late. Let's assume that's late.
I'm taking the quarterback.
You have to take the quarterback.
Yeah.
I think so. Even though I would take, I think in a startup, I do have in my rankings Emeka Egbuka slightly higher,
We get the first.
but the first changes it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course.
Now, if you were, because I think doing it straight up isn't like too far off either. Like I think it's pretty.
I bet you if I looked, they'd be pretty close in my rankings.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't know which one's higher, but
But
I
the
think they'd
first
be
makes
close.
me like I just could draft another receiver, and the longevity of Caleb, you just can't beat it. So
Correct.
He looks so good.
If he turns out to have turned a corner, if it ends up that he turned a corner, rather, he's going to be worth two first round picks all by himself in a year, maybe even more. So
would you pay 3 firsts as a contender?
for Emeka
Yeah,
Egbuka?
straight up.
I think that's too much.
Garrett,
Are all of them expected to be late?
you're a contender.
So they're all my picks. So I'm
They're all your
giving
picks.
26, 27, 28.
Yeah. Superflex second premium.
If I'm confident if I'm a young contender, like if I'm an old contender,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, like you have a good core.
But I think like I'm making a 3-4-ish year run.
you have Puka, Rasheed, you just got Rasheed
Bijan.
Rice, Nah, like you're running, like you have Devon Achane, and
But they're all like core. My core pieces are all like
Quinshon
25
Judkins.
and
Yeah,
younger.
yeah.
Okay, then I'm good.
Okay, you're doing it.
Okay.
Still not doing it too much.
I hate giving up 3 firsts for anybody.
That's tough, man. Because it just hamstring it. Listen, not only are you kind of shooting yourself in the foot for whatever comes in the future, which is fine. It also shoots you in the foot for what happens if something happens between now and the end of the season, and you need assets to trade. You know what I mean? They're not there. You've traded 3 first round draft picks. You try to trade a first round pick 4 years from now. It's just not. No one gives a crap about it. You know what I mean?
You can't even do it like
Right.
a sleeper. So for me, I'm with you, Matt. I have a hard time trading 3 firsts just about anybody at all. I mean, I guess Jamar Chase would be worth 3 firsts, probably not range. But I'm with you. Like, I'm much more comfortable just go ahead and paying a first for a guy I know and get two, maybe 3 years out of,
Right.
and then having 2 more firsts. That and on a points per game basis off of Mecca is probably like not too bad.
And I love Emeka.
Yeah,
It's
me
just-
too.
And I just don't know that I could.
It's a little. I'm with you. It's a little too pricey.
Hey, Nerd Herd, want to tell you about a show that we've been doing live on YouTube where we go over your teams and we talk about how to fix your broken roster. It's called Roster Rescue. We do it live every single Monday at noon Eastern time. And if you want to get a part of that, just head to our Dynasty Nerds homepage, go under the store tab, and you'll find Roster Rescue right there. Perfect opportunity to get your rosters in shape before the season or even in the middle of the season to make sure that you can win a championship.
All right, looking at buying high. This guy started off the year slow, but he's been on more or less a heater in the past 3 weeks. 40 points, 24.8 points, and 19.5. Quarterback Bo Nix. You're paying probably the most expensive prices that you've maybe ever paid on Bo Nix. Are you willing to buy high?
Yeah. Again, I'm assuming most of these people are like, so Bo Nix is probably like in the 3 first range because he's a quarterback.
In Superflex tight end premium,
Superflex tight end
he's
premium.
close to that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he though? Is he 3? Is he at 3?
I mean,
I don't
Can we?
think so.
Yeah.
You-
Can we hear? Can we see?
I have not seen any straight up 3 firsts for what it's worth. I think the only players we're going to see 3 firsts for are usually those top like 18 guys.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting more around like 30 to 35 for Knicks.
So it's a 2 firsts plus somebody or a high first to replace the quarterback with. Again, and I always have a hard time with that for me because people are like, oh, it's 2 firsts. It's like, okay, with one of those firsts, I have to replace Bo Nix. Like, unless I had other quarterbacks, right? Like so that means, which is hard to do in its first place, to even replace a player with that. And then another first, I got to try and get lucky on 2. So it's like, it's hard for me to ever like just give like 2 first value.
I'm also going to give you guys some 1 QB and some super flex ones because I do get people commenting sometimes like, How do I value the quarterback in one QB?
Yeah.
Though? So I want to give you some both.
Way less.
Way less.
Way.
I'll roll with Matt Stafford until he dies. Then
He's
pick somebody else
like
up.
MVP front runner right now. He's balling.
So let's hear. Do you want to start with the one QB?
Let's start with the one QB trade here. Bo Nix for Jalen Waddle straight up.
In one QB.
In one QB.
I'm taking the Waddle side.
Yeah.
Even if, let's say hypothetically, you are struggling at quarterback.
Okay.
Right now, Jaden Daniels was your guy, and he's done for the year. You're a contender everywhere
I'm
else.
trying to find out. Let me see where Waddle's at right now. I know he's doing pretty good.
You need a quarterback.
And you're getting Bo Nix?
You're getting Bo Nix.
Waddle right now is wide receiver 12 in PPR.
playing well.
That
playing
is
really well.
going to be hard. I don't see how you get better getting rid of a top 12 wide receiver. Unless
one QB, it's harder to get.
Unless you've got, 3 guys ahead of him. You know what I mean? Like that that one's tough. I'm still going to stick with Waddle personally.
Yeah, I would take Waddle there too.
I
But I
agree.
think you know what? I think that is like that range of the price you'd pay in one QB for like a player like that, for like Bo Nix.
So you think Bo Nix is around, Waddle's got to be a first plus a little bit, right?
I think
in one QB.
yeah, but I don't think any rebuild team, so it's probably like mid to later first is what you get for Waddle, because no rebuild team's probably gonna buy Waddle off of you. So I think the same price range for like to get off of a Bo Nix, you need quarterback help would be like a late, like I'd want a first, even a one QB league, like somebody who's playing well, who's young that you feel good about going forward with. Like I think I'd want a late first in it. And I think if I needed a quarterback in a one QB, like I think for a 25-year, 26-year and younger quarterback, I'd have no problem paying a late first for. Just enough to like.
I don't think I could.
Only because like what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to take when you're a contender, a lot of these quarterbacks need time to develop, right? Turn into something. And when you're a contender, you don't have that window, right? So even though like in a one QB, Fernando Mendoza will probably be there for you at pick 110, 111 for sure. Yeah, I could take him and hope he's good right off the bat. And that's who I'd probably want to take anyways with my first, unless I wait to my second. So I'd probably just go ahead. The same thing. Like if you need a QB this year and one QB and Cam Ward's the 1-1, say Fernando Mendoza's the 1-1, you're sitting there at 111, which you could have got Bo Nix for. Oh, like, dude, yeah, I need help at quarterback. I'm taking Fernando Mendoza, who's the 1-1. It's good value. Then you're hoping he's good, and he's got to pan out. Like, you're in this window now. I'd rather just go ahead and give it the first and take Bo Nix.
I don't disagree with the concept of what you're saying, but I agree mostly with what you said at first. I'm just going to go after Matthew Stafford. I'm just going to go after, like, I'm not going to use my first. I'm not buying Bo Nix.
Agree, but I'm talking
in a one QB.
I'm talking, and let's not say Bo Nix. We could throw him in there with Caleb Williams is probably the same value. All these quarterbacks, like throw like Baker Mayfield in that value range, right? Like all these quarterbacks, like there. I'm with you. It's easier to say I'm going to go get Matt Stafford, but say you can't because he's already on contender. He's not good.
Sure.
What I'm saying is like. We're saying Bo Nix here, but I just said Caleb Williams, Baker Mayfield. Like, I'd much rather just go ahead and pay that. If I had to pay the first, because they are the highest scoring players anyways, I have no problem doing it.
I just don't think I would give my first for any quarterback not named like Justin Herbert up.
But you're probably not getting that for just nobody's giving those guys.
Probably not.
first.
But I'm just saying I wouldn't be willing to for anybody not Justin Herbert.
Because even in one QB league, you still need a good quarterback to usually win it all. Like
do.
They're less valuable just because there's more of them, but you still need a good one.
Just
and Bo Nix is a good one.
Usually some team is thrilled to be like, oh, I can trade my backup. Like, dude, take him for like, you somehow got an early second. Like, sure, I'll take an early second for my backup. Like,
for somebody who's been playing one QB Dynasty for 22 years, I've never seen that happen ever. Nobody's ever excited to give good quarterbacks. And people just they'll sit on 3 or 4 of them. They don't even care. Like, they're not giving them away.
I hear you. I've been playing a lot of one QB for a long time too, and I've done it several times.
Oh, yeah. Well, you play with a lot of dummies, apparently.
I find that the QB markets in my one QB leagues are very just stagnant for the most part, because I think, well, Rich and I play in a lot of the same leagues, especially in those one QB leagues. It just feels like people are always drafting them. They've always got like a bunch sitting on their bench. They don't really care. But they're not going to take what you're willing to give. And I was sending out a bunch of trades earlier this season. It was like 2 1/3 for, like a Sam Darnold earlier on the season. Sure. And just crickets. You just never, it just kind of just sits out there.
That's very surprising because in my leagues, it's the opposite. Like everybody's always putting their backup quarterbacks on the block. Like I'll take a second. I'll take a, whatever. So
like for example, I love JJ McCarthy, right?
Yeah.
In a one QB league, I paid essentially 2-1, 3-1, and a 4th like essentially 4-1 for JJ McCarthy.
Wow.
Because I wanted to like solidify the
All right, let's move on from the one QB into a couple of these other trades though. Bo Nix. This is probably the most expensive. So let's do the middle one. Bo Nix for a 26 first, a 26 second, and Bryce Young.
I'm fine with that. Because Bryce Young to me is
he's averaging like under 13 a game right now.
Yeah, I would take Bo Nix.
He's a big fat nothing burger, and you're just basically paying a first and a second to upgrade your position.
Yeah, that's easy peasy Bo Nix. And Bryce Young falls in a category of like kind of how I was talking about like Jacoby Krosky-Merritt, like when he first got the starting job, I was like, dude, trade him now because like he's not going to be like, I love the player, but like he's not a pass catcher running back, which is what it's actually been worse than I thought it'd be since then, since the 26-point game. But I was like, Bryce Young's the same quarterback. Oh, at least I'm getting a young quarterback back in super flex. Like he's a cat kiss on top.
With the grippy tongue.
Yeah.
Grippy tongue. All right. This one's kind of the opposite. We've been talking about it from a contender lens. This one would be Bo Nix more from a rebuilder lens.
Okay.
Bo Nix, Devonta Smith, a 26 second and a 28 third. So I'll say that again. Bo Nix, this is a super flex. Bo Nix, Devonta Smith, 26 second, 28 third for Lamar Jackson.
Whew.
So if you have Lamar Jackson as a rebuilder, would you take that?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
You're a contender getting Lamar?
We're doing it from the Bo Nix side.
We're doing it from the Bo Nix side.
Rebuilder.
Yep.
Yeah, so
you're thinking about it from the Bo Nix side. You're getting Bo Nix and you're rebuilding. You're giving up Lamar.
You're getting Bo Nix. You're getting Devonta Smith. You're getting a second and a third. And you're giving up Lamar.
if I'm rebuilding, and say that's the best offer I have on the table, yeah, I'm taking that.
Okay.
Because at that point, I feel like I need to get out. I need to get younger at quarterback. Like I have to reset. And I would say I was desperately trying to get Lamar. Lamar came back, looked good, balled out, and finally, this is like the deadline's come up. I have to get out from under him to protect myself. Like that's a trade I'm willing to accept. And even though I feel like I kind of lose that trade, I think sometimes in Dynasty, like when you are rebuilding, like you have to be like, if you have to lose a trade in that manner to get younger at quarterback, or like get a younger, like where it's not just draft picks, like you're getting a proven asset back and he's a little bit younger, and like you feel like that value is not 100% there. And listen, I'm not saying Devonta Smith is just like a cheap throw-in.
Sure.
He's a valuable guy too, but like I love the idea of like, man, like I have to get younger at quarterback. Yeah. Like I have to before anything else happens, and like only value goes down. I need to get a little bit younger at quarterback. I feel totally comfortable making that trade.
I'm not doing it. Lamar Jackson's finishes this year 4-3, 27 game that he got injured, and 9 this past week. He's just too much of a difference maker, I think, for me to make that move.
But you're rebuilding.
I get it, man. I get it. I think a 28-year-old quarterback's not too old.
No, I get that too, but
you just need to.
I think I'm with you, Matt. I
you want
don't
the points off your roster.
think it's quite enough for me. I need at least an opportunity for a difference maker, because I don't see Bo Nix as a difference maker.
Bo Nix, I love him. He's 3 years younger. He's only 3 years younger than Lamar Jackson.
Oh, I forgot Bo Nix is older.
He's like one of the oldest young guys.
Yeah.
And I don't see Devonta Smith as a difference maker. So I would need that second and third to be a first to at least have the hope and the upside of a difference maker.
Maybe I can get a guy. Maybe I can get a guy. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay.
A first would make a difference to me, because the second and third basically doesn't. I mean, it's they're throwing pieces
for a guy that's that high a
throws.
caliber.
Correct.
Pivoted. Yeah, you're right.
Pivoted.
I forgot how close they like. I forgot Bo Nix is 20. He came in with
He's an old young guy.
He's an older young guy.
And I love him.
Like
I think
23, 24-year-old guy.
You know, he's finished. He's right now, I think he's like QB5 or something like that. And he's going to
7 in points per game, 5 overall. Yep.
I think, week to week, there are times he's going to be the top guy. But I think Lamar Jackson, for the most of his career, is going to be a top 5 guy. And most weeks he's going to be a top 5 guy, and he just brings too much upside.
It's the fact that Lamar is like really elevated his passing game.
Bingo.
A ton.
Yep.
That's a big thing too. Like he's thrown the ball so well lately over the last year and a half or so.
Yep.
He learned how to play like a cat and mouse game that no one else can play.
Yeah. Because you can't let him out.
Right.
And so what are you going to do? And so now he gets more time than anybody else to throw the football.
Yeah, you're right. It's really close, though. I'll say that it is still really close. The first makes me.
I think the first would make a difference for me.
And you could probably end up getting there too, like with strong negotiations.
I think so. Like, hey, I'm giving up.
even
potential one top overall scorer in points per game.
Even to give up like 3-1 back to get the first. Like, hey, I'll give you my third. It's going to be 3-1, like to get that first. Keep your second and third. I want the first. Here's my third back.
Yeah.
Like, along those lines. Okay, yeah.
Last one, Bo Nix and a 28 second. Let's assume you need a quarterback. You would give up Jahmyr Gibbs in a first. I think this was the most expensive one.
I'm keeping Gibbs in the first.
Wait, one more time is Bo Nix and what?
A second
Okay.
for Gibbs in a first. For me, it's pretty easily Gibbs in the
Pretty
first.
easily Gibbs in the first.
Obviously, super flex. No, I think you guys are both right there.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Gibbs is too much of a difference maker at his position, and yeah, Nix. Is
One
not.
more? Tight end?
I think.
Yeah, let's just do one more. We'll do one more, and then we'll move on to our trades. Okay, yeah, last one. Well, we're going a little long. We haven't been together as much lately, you know. So, all right, last one. Oronde Gadsden, another one that could go either way. You could be a rebuilder or a contender, but obviously you're paying as high as his prices have ever been. Perfect world, you build a time machine first, go back 6 months, and just draft him
in the fourth round.
Yes, but today,
One round ahead of everyone
you're
else.
having to pay some
Dude, my
ungodly
favorite
prices.
kind of dynasty players. So when it just boom, here I am, but they hold the value too. It's not
Right.
like like
It's
when
not a flash in the pan.
like a Priest Holmes, like boom, like oh I'm good forever. You know what I mean? Like it's like okay, oh man.
All right. So are you guys in general? Are you even going to try to buy him?
Yes, 100%. I have tried and I've been spit on.
I've got him in a lot of leagues, luckily. So I think knowing what I know on value wise, I haven't tried much in the leagues that I don't have him.
I have him in 2 leagues.
I think I have him in 3 or 4.
One was the Kings Classic.
Yeah.
I feel really good
All
about
right,
it.
let's
But I
start.
play in way less leagues than you, Rich.
Let's start with what I think are some pretty easy ones, but then again, I am very high on this player. So let's start with this one. Oronde Gadsden for a 26 second and a 27 second.
Gadsden easily.
Easy, right?
Easily.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Next one.
Maybe I should send that out to just in
everyone,
case,
just in case?
Just in case.
Oronde Gadsden and Stephon Diggs for Michael Pittman.
Diggs, Michael Pittman, Gadsden.
Gadsden.
Yeah.
Tight end premium?
I think fairly easy. That one's just a regular super flex league.
Oh,
Still.
I mean, Pittman's doing really well this year.
Yeah,
and,
he is
you know
playing
his
really
back
good.
is not
28.
broken, and he's been looking very good. But still, Gadsden's a difference maker.
All right.
Yeah.
This one is a tight end premium. We're working our way up again. Gadsden, and then for a 26 first and Tyjae Spears.
so you're getting
Tight end premium.
It is a tight end premium. Even as a Spears guy, I think I would still take Oronde.
yeah. Let's go. And I think it's
Spears has been doing some things, right?
He's look good.
It's just that offense is so bad. But
So
if you
bad.
watch some of the clips of him, you're like, dang.
Yeah.
Like he makes guys miss.
Tape-wise, he
he's
looks good.
like, oh, tape score is great, but he's just in a crappy offense.
Gadsden.
Yeah.
Yep, me too.
I did. Speaking of tight end trades.
Wait, what was the other piece of it? It was first.
Spears.
A first and Spears.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I went in every league where
And tight end premium. It's got to
end
be tight end premium. Let's say that out loud.
Yeah,
again.
for sure. I went in every league that I looked at who had Tucker Kraft in every league I had because I figured most people were contenders. Any team that had a contender, I made offers to. Like, and I got Kraft for T.J. Hawkinson and Juwan Johnson, tight end premium.
Wow, nice.
And I'm rebuilding.
yeah.
I'm in a rebuild mode. And the person was a contender. I had Hawkinson and Juwan Johnson. I offered. I woke up this morning, accepted it. Shout out.
Done and done.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, before going to our next segment, I still got to tell Garrett, everybody about our new addition over. I forgot to mention it last week at Dynasty. We got the data hub up inside the GM and the website. And it's something we've been working on for over like a year and a half. And right now you can get all the research you need and nerd out on those fantasy stats and get that leg up on your league mates. It gives you opportunity to filter by position, team, seasons, all the way back to 2020, even rolling weeks and stat minimums. Then dive into air yards, yards per route run, yards per target, target share, all that good stuff. And you can really kind of play around and get all that data and look at how players perform and compare different players to each other overall. And the best part is, like, if you're already a member, this is part of your subscription. Nothing's added on, no price increase. That's what we do. We've been, it's easy for us to sit here and preach all the time. Like, hey, all your memberships, all that go back into delivering you the tools and resources that you need to dominate your dynasty leagues. And that's where we're at. This is something we worked on for a year and a half, which I'm super stoked now because this opens up a lot of free time for the developers. They had a whole bunch of other tweaks to the GM. We had a couple other tweaks in GM as well. So it's live right now. If you go there, the app, you go to the desktop, go to the Dynasty GM, go to the left navigation menu, then click on the data hub and start poking around. If you're not a member, this is the best time to get in. We said it where you get a 20% discount off of everything we have in your first annual payment. All you got to do is use the promo code DataHub at dynastynerds.com and then sign up for our annual Dynasty GM and NERDHERD bundle package. You get 20% off. It's a massive discount, and you're going to get a full membership for the full year. So you're going to get access to our All-22 film room and watch all these rookies. We just had a massive film room update. We added like 85 more games to the film room.
Yep.
All our rookie content, all the extra podcasts, already the app, which is already the best value in itself. You get 20% off the app by itself. That's great. You can just data hub, so check it out. Your membership unlocks everything in there. Like I said, the league optimizer, all that, which has been doing really well. The league optimizer, something we added last year, doing better than like Sleeper, Yahoo, ESPN projections. Our lineup optimizers outproduced all of those, which is nice as well. So all the tools that you literally need to dominate your leagues year round. Use the promo code DataHub. You're gonna get 20% off. Best discount ever.
That lineup optimizer. One more thing. I love the fact that it like gets the correct guy in your flex all the time, and it has all that time sensitive stuff kind of nailed. Just makes you a better lineup setter. I even catch myself sometimes having the wrong guy in my flex, and it'll set you straight.
It is saved my like. When we first got it, I was like, dude, this thing doesn't know better than me. And then finally I was like, oh, yeah, it does. And now every week I use that thing. Even when I'm like, oh, are you sure? I still use it. It's right 95% of the time.
Love it. All right.
I'm
well,
wrong 95% of the time.
And if you want all of that Rich just talked about absolutely free, all you have to do is use promo code NERDS at FastDraft. It's a FastDraft app. It's an amazing place to play that best ball that you're looking for week in, week out. They have some big tournaments each and every week with some big payouts like $300 just for $5. That's a pretty good ROI on your money. So if you go there, use promo code NERDS. Not only are they going to double your deposit, so your $10 becomes 20, your 100 becomes 200. Not only that, but everything that Rich talked about, we will give you absolutely free. It's honestly, it's a crazy good deal. If you have not done it, go ahead and do it. So you have a chance to win money on FastDraft. You get a free year subscription. Even if you're already a subscriber to Dynasty Nerds, we'll give you a $25 gift card to our merch store that gets you hoodies, t-shirts, hats, all kinds of good stuff. Even we got some undies over there. You can get some Dynasty Nerds boxers.
I got a pair.
Yeah.
No, boxers.
Are they the whitey tighties?
Oh, they're Boxer briefs.
Breece. I think Rich is pictured right in the description.
It might be. It might be.
Just kidding.
All right, so use promo code NERDS.
So. Probably got some
FastDraft app today.
I wore those for a second time like a month ago for the first time.
The second time for the first time.
It works
For the first time in a long time since they first got them. Yeah.
Or for the second time.
Comfortable. They're comfortable.
I have a pair. I don't know that I've worn them.
You have a pair too?
It was more of a novelty when I bought them.
Yeah, me too. I tried them on the first time. And then, but I don't think I wore them the whole day. And then I wore them. I was like, I'm going to wear these.
Yeah, right.
And I found them in the bottom of my drawer. And I was like, I'm gonna wear. I was like, I can wear these again.
Look at that. All right. So at the end of both today's episode and tomorrow's episode, with us getting into, today was a trade deadline for the NFL. We're starting to get the most heavy trade activity in your leagues right this time of year as well. We actually wanted to answer some NERDHERD trade questions. So these are only from our subscribers. They submitted these on Discord. And so we're going to answer a few of these at the end of today's show and tomorrow's show. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, jump in it, trade boy.
Commandrew
Nice.
says he is in a 12-team league. He is 8-1, but he is running back needy. He gets Alvin Kamara and a 4th. He gives up a 26 second.
For how bad Kamara has looked, I'd rather just keep the 2nd.
I cannot agree with you more, Rich.
I think he does you a disservice putting him in your lineup at this point. I think you got to be like 0.4. Like you're better off starting any PPR running back. Go ahead and throw like
here's
Dylan
his
Sampson
finishes throughout the whole entire season. He started off much better than he is right now. 21, 15, 41, 29, 29, 14, 37, 33, 61.
Those are not points. That's ranking.
And weeks right.
I was like, at first I was like, he had a 40-point game.
In the past, that could have been Kamara's point totals.
Yeah.
Those are his finishes for the weeks. And it was weeks, I think 4 through 6, he was on basically a 50-50 timeshare with Kendrick Miller. Then he got injured. Neal's not the same, but I'm guessing they're going to get him
getting touches.
Yeah, they're going to get him more work as the kind of weeks go on here. He got, I believe Neal got the goal line carry.
And that line did not get better today.
No,
they just traded Trevor Penning. So
that's a guy to avoid.
If you need running back help, you could go way more.
There was a league where somebody said, please take Kamara for a third. And I almost just did it out of instinct, like, sure. And I was like,
then I got to start him.
I got to start him then at this point.
Right.
I don't know that I can put him in my lineup.
Sure.
And so it's weird to think, like, on the surface, sure, I could do it in case like there's an emergency. But even if there was an emergency, would I feel okay putting him in my lineup? I don't know that I could.
No, I would start.
Would you feel more
short-term backup?
Yeah. Would you feel more comfortable with like a Jalen Warren, who I feel like you
easily
could get at that same cost,
Way
right?
more, yeah.
Easily.
Right.
100%.
And he's right around that cost, right? For you guys.
I'd feel better about Tyler
second.
Algier.
Yeah.
You could probably get for a second. I'd feel better off starting him in that category.
Dude, I might start Zach Charbonnet over him at this point. Like,
It's
pretty
Corey
bad.
Krosky Merritt. I would start over him.
In the short term, Kareem Hunt.
Easily Kareem Hunt right now.
Kareem
They didn't
Hunt.
make a trade for a trade.
I might
He's a
even
starter.
start Brashard Smith over him. Like, I'm in that range with Alvin
Yeah,
Kamara right now.
100%.
Like, it's close between those two guys.
Yeah, shout out to the GOAT, but listen.
Yeah, can't blame you.
Yeah.
So, all right.
He's been very disappointing this year.
Once a GOAT, then a gyro.
All right. GMAC. That's pretty good. All right.
That was a good one.
GMAC.
That was so. It took me like a quarter of a second to put that all together.
That was good, though.
That was fun.
Yeah, gyros are fantastic.
Dude, street meat, man. That's all. That's what took me the quarter second because I was like, "Ooh, that sounds really good."
Anytime anyone mentions the word gyro, I'm immediately going, ooh.
Oh, wow. Hey.
My mouth immediately, like even like, I just ate Thanksgiving dinner, and someone's like, I got a gyro. I was like, dude, at least let me get a bite. Let me just get a bite of one.
That's fantastic. All right. We got a 10-team, 1 QB PPR league. So pretty basic vanilla. So 10-team, 1 QB. This is a rebuilding team, but he has plans to compete in 2027. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
guessing
10-team league. It's easy.
Yeah, so you always can almost compete. So I'm guessing he has like maybe neighbors that's heard about or
somebody's injured, somebody big.
Burrow.
Yeah.
Where'd it go, Psychic?
Current record 2-6. He would give up DK Metcalf and Jacoby Meyers.
Okay.
Rebuilding team, but wants to
Jaguar
compete soon.
Myers.
Giving up DK Metcalf and Jacoby Meyers. He would get back a 26 first,
Yes.
27 third, and Jalen McMillan.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I think McMillan is probably you hope he turns
Cactus.
into a
It's a
Jacoby
cactus.
Myers type of guy at
Sure.
some point. You know
You
what I
know,
mean?
if Evans and Godwin end up being gone in the next year or two.
yeah.
Somewhere down the road when he's.
He played well last
He
year.
did play well.
did.
He's just been injured this whole year. It's a neck, though, isn't it, with him? Something.
Is it? I don't
I
remember.
can't.
It's been so long.
It is. So hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah. I would do it for the first straight up.
But yeah, I mean, I think even right now, DK is, I think, playing well for the Steelers, but he's only wide receiver 25. So I think that's okay. I would do that.
And he's been inconsistent. He's had like some really good weeks and then like 6-point week. And then like, some weeks that really hurt you bad.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that's kind of going to be built in with him for the rest of his career, I feel like. So I don't think
And we don't know who's next quarterback is either.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Fire Medic 330, 12 team Superflex. So we're switching formats here. And with an extra full point at tight end.
So Superflex tight end, premium.
Yes.
Double premium.
Contender. He's currently a contender in 4th place, but he needs a running back. He has 2 options from the same team. Okay. Both teams are offering, or this team is offering both their first. I'm sorry, I'm saying this incorrectly. Let me.
The other team is offering go.
All right. The other team is offering in the first trade
Yes.
to give him Devon Achane.
Okay. I like that.
He would have to give up
Okay.
2 26 first, both late,
All right.
and a 26 second. That is also late.
Oh, A-Chain easily.
Or the other option,
First
Or
option.
Let's hear it.
I lean that as well. But let's hear the second option. Don't worry about the second. It's just the too late first for Bucky Irving.
Oh, give me Achane.
I think I like Achane enough more that the second doesn't matter.
Because honestly, I would pay more for Achane.
Would you give 3 firsts if they were all 8?
No, I don't pay 3 firsts for any running back. I don't care who they are. I wouldn't pay 3 firsts for probably Bijan.
I'm surprised the drastic difference on like easily if it's 2 firsts and a second versus like no way if it's 3 firsts.
Because like Matt said, like they're two like that so handicaps you like because it's like the extra first is like another 12. Like actually it's more than that because you missed that draft class. Then you got to go. To
Well, remember
24.
both of these are in 26.
I know,
both
but
these
like
picks.
then I'm saying you get to go like a whole like it's say you gave up 26, 27, 28, right? You're not drafted until 2029. That's 4 years from now.
if that was the
essentially.
scenario, but that's not.
That's not in this one. Right.
But no, I'd give up 2 firsts in the second. I'd feel really easy. But definitely 2 late firsts in this draft class. I'd feel really good about it.
Okay.
Listen, if these are my 2 options, it's Achane easily for me.
Okay. And I would agree with that.
And I'm okay paying either one of these.
Both work.
Yeah, if for some reason he pulls the Achane deal,
Yep.
it was like, actually, I'll only do the Bucky deal. Okay.
Yes.
I get it, and I would do it. Because I just paid a first and 2 seconds for Bucky Irving, and I was thrilled with that. But
Yeah.
I would still be willing to pay the 2 firsts.
Yeah. When I say more than that, I was like, I would give another second on top for Achane if I had
Gotcha.
to. That's what they wanted, like 2 firsts, 2 seconds. Like, okay.
All right, this is from Luis. This is a 12-team, 1 QB league.
All right.
12-team, 1 QB. He's a contender that's been hit by injuries.
Been there.
Okay. Here's what he's giving up. He would be giving up Malik Neighbors, Tucker Kraft,
Don't do it.
and Harold Fannin.
No. What's he getting, man?
He's only getting 1 piece.
Is it Puka? Ibuka.
It's Puka Puka Nacua.
Is it?
It is Puka Nacua.
Nope. Can't do it.
But if it's not Puka Ibuka,
I can't do it.
I can't do it because the injuries.
I would be tempted.
But listen, I get it, but I can't do it.
I couldn't do it.
You're cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like you're fixing a short term thing that really set you back. You're losing. Not only losing your Tucker Kraft, which sucks, but like Harold Fannon's been shown a lot.
I was saying, if it was just Neighbors and Fannin, I could do that. You know, because Neighbors and Puka,
They're going to live in the
gives you a chance.
same area. Yeah.
But giving up Kraft, like I even remove Fannin from the situation, I don't think I could do Neighbors and Kraft.
No, I couldn't.
Agreed. That's
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a good line.
If I had to give a Fannin the upside of Fannin that he's not going to turn into a
Neighbors.
top 5 guy, and Neighbors, because the Neighbors is kind of a wash. It sucks to give up Neighbors, but the youth is different. I can do it. I can live with myself. But
Neighbors similarly has been injured
Frequently.
frequently.
Unfortunately. All right, last one. Peter JT. This is a 10-team, 1 QB league, PPR, but it's an extra half point for the tight end. So even though it's only 1 QB, it is a tight end premium.
got it.
All right, so a little different.
Little different.
Legit contender at 6-2, but had a ton of running back depth, and he would still have, even after this trade, he would still have Kyron, Bijan, and Breece.
Okay.
So he has a ton of depth at running back. He would give, even though he's a contender, he would give Derrick Henry and his late 26 second.
Okay.
He would get in return a mid 27 first
Easy.
and a mid 28 second.
Easy the first. Easy. The best, dude, it's the best thing you could do when you're a contender and you've accumulated 4 running backs and you get closer to playoffs and you get rid of one. Definitely a guy like Derrick Henry who hasn't produced at a high level lately as well. And you could flip one of those old running backs for a first. Like, it's my favorite thing to do as a contender. It's kind of like rotate through my running backs. I use that as my rotation piece. Like, even know how many good it is if I can give up even like a guy like Devon Achane and then get back like a Quinshon Judkins in a first. You know, something like I can rotate my running backs. It's my number 1 fluid piece on my roster as a contender. That deal is stealing in my because you're getting a first for Derrick Henry.
And you get the
essentially.
second and 28.
You get the second.
And he's got the 4th rated running back right now. He's got the 12th rated running back right now, and the 16th still on his roster.
Yeah.
So that's what's important to me.
I do hate dealing with people that could potentially compete with me.
Right.
That's tough.
And I was going to end Rich's whole thing. I was going to let him talk and say, you're playing with fire there a little bit. I mean,
You are.
anytime you're dealing a running back to another contender, you're playing with fire in two ways. One, you're obviously making one of the people you're trying to contend with better, but you could also be struck with the injury bug, and all of a sudden now you're short on running backs.
Yeah, Breece Hall's like, I'm not playing on this team anymore.
Right.
Screw you guys.
Right.
It is a risk, but when I feel like
What's
it's
other burn?
that much of
That
an,
was too. No, I wasn't burning you. I just wanted to.
when I
not
feel
me
like it's
personally,
that
so,
much of an overpay, I'm still willing to do it because what I'll do is worst case scenario,
Use
I'll
that
take
first.
that 27 first and go buy another running back if I have to.
Yeah, if anybody's ever going to overpay me for running backs, I'm always going to take it. It's
But,
like,
Derrick Henry, the Derrick Henry. I mean, how old is he? 32.
same thing. I don't think there's any
31,
running back
but-
where if somebody offered me 3 firsts for him, it'd be hard for me to say no.
I could say no for Bijan and Gibbs
Man, he has
if they were late.
a lot of attempts under his belt. Holy cow.
Who?
He plays for
Derrick
them.
Henry, man.
Still different.
I'd probably say no on. It depends. My team, if I need Bijan, I would say yes for Gibbs. I think.
Okay. All right. That wraps things up.
All right, that was fun. Talking Dynasty. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna do a little bit more of those trades. What else are we talking about tomorrow?
We've got Boomin, bench, or bust.
Ooh, BBB.
3B. Adios.